our first segment, our first module, which is going to talk about driving success, strategic leadership and infrastructure project management is going to be the first segment. Later in the day, we will have a second part to this. So may I request all of you all to please scan the code and be ready for this very, very interesting segment. And may I now welcome our trainer here. He's a coach and a people person. Please welcome Professor Rajiv Nehru, Dean, L&T Institute of Project Management here on stage. Let's hear a round of applause as he steps forward for this very, very interesting workshop that we've curated for all of y'all. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's the last session before lunch and first session after lunch are both suicidal sessions because people want to eat at one side and the other side you want to sleep. So, and workshop in 20 minutes, I don't know how to do it. It's like bullet train project given to L&T and do it in 1 year. We already spent 4 years. We don't know what to do in the next 3 years. So, how can we do a workshop in 25 minutes? Anyway, so when you are not ready for anything, don't sir. So ask questions. I think as a trainer, we have learned that if you're not ready for the session, ask questions. So first question would be that many of us do projects. And we have a bar chart, very nice, fancy looking bar chart, which we pasted in front of our project sites, either using Primavera, MS Project, Talos, SAP, PS, whatever. How many of you think that the bar chart which you have pasted in front, proudly pasted in front of your sites, exactly represents what is happening in the site? How much percentage? Your bar chart shows some scheme, some schedule, some activities, and there's a progress also there. How many of you really feel that that exactly represents how much percentage of actual work at site? 30%. More than 50%. Okay. Madam is a little more generous. Thank you very much, ma'am. Sir? 70%. Sir, which company are you working for? Jackson. Okay. I'll keep a note because I'll come to you for consultation. If you are 70%. Anybody else, sir? Sir? Around 30. And you're saying it very proudly. I'm worried now. Okay. Anybody there? L&T, I got some L&T friends here. Yes, how much percentage? Now you have to give me an answer which I can digest. 30-35%. Okay. Now you are working on a 35% probability of finishing the project in time. Is it possible? You said 35, I did not say. So you are using that probability of 30% to finish the project in time and within the cost. I don't know whether you are Hanuman or Iron Man or Superman who can do that. Okay. What is the problem here? Why this dichotomy is there? When your schedule is not matching actual work at site, how are you going to use it to finish the work? Are you getting my connection here? So what's wrong? Why we have so much of deviation? My plan says X, my actual site works at 70% minus X. How are you going to match it? And what the problem is? Any idea? This is a workshop, so I don't have to speak much. I'm exempted. Yes. Loudly. Sir, you are L&T? Oh, good. Because then I would say you are EPC contractor. Then why you talk about that? Okay. Yeah. No, either you start either way, sir, but your bar chart should match what is happening on the side. You start either way, this side, you do turning from both sides, you do turning from 3 sides. Ultimately, it should match. Why it's not matching? Please. Okay. From whom?
Me? I'm from the consultant side.
From the banker, the consultant, the financer, the boss.
I believe quite a lot of large portion of the industry has got unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
And that's what eventually leads to your time overruns and cost overruns. And these bar charts are actually highly exaggerated images of.
So in a standard project, how many bar charts are there? Any idea? How many types of bar charts are there in a standard project? Sir? One bar chart is for the client. one is for the contractor, one is for the site team, one is for the management, like Mr. Gulabchan and our bosses. Okay, 4 bar charts. Now, when I was actively doing projects, I had to write on the top end that for whom it is meant for. Because if I would have taken the site bar chart to my client, I would have had it. Because he said, oh, you can finish in 11 months, why you give me 22 months schedule? But put it in 11 months. So that would have been the problem. The other problem is, normally when we do project planning, we write P is equal to something on the top right corner of the bar chart. That P, you know what that P means? In statistics, any idea what is statistics P means? P means level of confidence. Now probability I'll come to, sir, that is again a problem. Now P means level of confidence. So I say that my level of confidence of following the schedule is P. You know what is industry benchmark? Top 0.85. So at any given point of time, you are 15% off the time and cost anyway. Any given point of time. So P85 is my confidence that I will follow this schedule 85% of the times. First issue. So my own benchmark is low. Second problem. Is a project a probabilistic model or a deterministic model? A project is a probability or a determined entity that I will finish in 3 years. That means 3 years. Or it's a probability. It's an assumption. Okay, with the current assumptions, current given problems, the risks which we have looked at, I will finish in a given time. So it's a probabilistic model or a deterministic model? What is it?
I can fix it in
Probabilistic.
fixed time.
Pardon?
I can finish it in fixed time.
You have to finish
Yeah,
in fixed time.
Yeah.
But is that time fixed or is probable?
No, not probable, because I do my homework first.
Sir,
I do my homework first.
Like?
I take time on planning.
correct?
The more I plan, the more easy it is to execute.
Okay. Sir, next question to that. Very good answer. In India, let's not discount India as a bad example, but in India, how much time percentage is spent in planning versus the total project duration? How much time do you think? Planning versus project duration? 5%. Sir,
10%.
10%. And you want 100% accuracy. You are doing a 1,000 crore project, and with a 10% planning, is it possible?
No overtime and no cost run.
No cost overrun, no time overrun, and 10% planning. That is magical, sir. To be sir, consultant है, second आप बताइए. Okay.
Consider the whole thing. You can take about 3-4 months for planning, because tender is there. You know that you are quoted for the project. You know your resources. You know what you have to do. Unless the unforeseen things come, sir, you should be very realistic.
Okay. Now, sir, again dichotomy. You say unforeseen things coming and be realistic. I can't have a realistic.
No. I say suppose contractor goes for a project. The land acquisition sometimes is not over. These kind of factors I am saying, nothing else.
Land acquisition is out of purview because it's just planning. Because land acquisition is there.
No, planning I'm saying the planning becomes realistic, sir,
Right.
if it is done properly.
Okay. Now my answer to the question is the planning is 99% of the project duration. Because you do planning every day. Initially, yes, there is. Then you do every day you are planning, pre-planning and replanning. Okay. Plan A, plan B, recovery plans, rolling schedules, 30-day cycle, 90 days, 6 months, all is done in tandem. Okay. Now, while doing everything, still why we delay projects?
Ordering.
Sir. Please sit. Brilliant. Okay. Now, risk is a very funny phenomenon. Okay. Now, funny because I'll just go to that slide directly. Okay. I'll come back here. The maximum risk is actually faced when you are constructing something while execution. But it is actually understood at the pre-planning stage. It should be understood. Should be. Okay. I not say it is understood. Okay. So let's leave it here. Okay, let's get here. There are three types of risks which we normally comprehend in a project. Okay, one is a known risk. Known risk means that a risk which is known, what will happen and when it will come. For example, monsoon. We tentatively know that the monsoon will happen in this period. This will be the risk. Probably my site would be at 50% operation, or some arrangements have to be done. The second type of risk is known unknown. I know the risk, but I don't know when it will come. Like for example, a tsunami, a flood, an earthquake. I know it will come. An act of war, some terrorist attack, anything else can happen. But I don't know when it will happen. I know it will happen. The third most important is and most difficult is the unknown unknowns. This one. Now, any example of unknown? Don't give example of COVID. Any fresh example. Pardon? Geology is, sir, very much here. Known unknown. Or even known. Go to the young Himalayas in India, in Kashmir, in Assam, they will fall down. If you blast 10 meters, 20 meters, fall down. We know that. Nothing unknown in that. So, ma'am? Okay. But that's also known unknown.
So any kind of war?
War is known unknown. War can happen, but when it will happen, we don't know. Ma'am, what you're saying can happen. Like for example, I was building a project in Pune city, and my project was shut down for 1 month because there was a China and Japan had some problem in the South China Sea. Because all my tiles had to come from China. So it's possible. So remote, but this is known unknown. If you are working in a multi-national supply chain, it's known unknown. It will happen, but when it will happen, we don't know. Okay. Any guesses here? Can you play the video, please? Yeah. Okay, correct. But it is there. You're right. Unknown is not known, but it is there, which you don't know. Probably because of experience, probably because of you to handle the situation, probably because of you're not aware that this can happen. But it's there, lurking there. Okay. You know, have you heard of a hypochlorite bacteria? Hypochlorite bacteria? It's in the intestine of every one of us. But only 3% die of it. Others don't even bother. So it's like that, the hypochlorite bacteria. So, can you play the film, please? Yeah. Have a look at the film and then we'll work on the unknown part. Interesting before lunch. And then, can you put the music down? I'll do the commentary. This is a dam next to the border in North Kashmir. This is the condition. 6 months full with snow. Mr. Gulabchan should have been here. This is our HCC project when I was in HCC. So this is the batching plant. As you can see, the tunnel. Almost 8 feet of snow used to fall in winter. Now you can go to that valley for leisure. It's called Gurez Valley. This is the TBM, double cutter TBM from a company called Selly. Selly is an Italian company. So now here I want you to find what is the unknown risk here. Look at the film, no problem. Guess an unknown risk. First, we can also have a list of known unknowns and known knowns. We'll list that, and then probably we'll play a small game before lunch. Maybe you have to earn your lunch for that to find out the unknown risk here. Okay. The tunnel adits 9.3 meter dia, 34 kilometer long tunnels. Huge work in the Himalayas. First breaking. Himalayan mountains are very, very loose, very weak, so they fall. So this was a great team there. Look at the site. Treacherous 6 months. This is the past 9-kilometer road which joined the lower part of the site to the upper side. Every day morning we used to walk this road every day in snow with skis on, okay, to go to the other side. HCC was good enough to give us a helicopter. We had a helicopter on site, but very expensive. Okay, look at the site treacherousness. The clamshell, lot of equipment there, very heavy equipment on the site. We were fired upon 4 times by our friendly neighbor, whom, and 2 times rocket launch were put on the dam, but we survived. Okay, from the friendly neighbor. This side is LOC, line of control here. This side, not other side. Okay, this is the river Kishinganga. This is the upstream. That is LOC here. From the dam edge, LOC was hardly here. Is 150 meters. So you're in the firing range of our friendly neighbor, who is not friendly all the time. Okay. So this is the site now. Beautiful site, but beautiful things are sometimes dangerous. The search tank, if you know the technical aspects of a dam and powerhouse. Switchyard. Okay. The river, the downstream. Okay. This was the easier part, inauguration. Okay. This project was 4,000 crores plus a euro component of $350 million euros. Okay. The site you have seen. Now guess. So let's guess. Can you go to presentation, please? Yeah. Okay. This I'll come later. These are the known and unknown risks. Known and known unknown risks. Okay. This is easier. I've done the easier part. Okay. One was, of course, firing across the border, safety of people. Second was inclement weather. As you see, machinery breakdown, employee attrition. Every day, my campus recruitment is on for 3 years. Because people just join and after 2 days run away. Because of weather, because of terrorists, because of everything happening there. Okay. Every 2 days. So recruitment was on for 3 years till I finished the project. Last day also we were recruiting for next project. Anyway. So material supply issues were there, small roads, so we had to get knockdown format, everything in knockdown format, containers couldn't go there. Okay. Material issues. Have you ever had a cup of tea with a terrorist? I'm not joking. With an AK-56 rifle next to your leg. So this was common here. So not a big problem, but it was very common. Okay. So war, you are in a border, local law and order, local people again. There's an issue with the local people in terms of expectation from the project. Stoppage of work due to front not being available, slow site, inclement weather. Foreign currency fluctuation because we had a component of almost 350 million euros as a foreign component because of the ADB funded project. Then unskilled people, who are we met on the road? Are you a labor? Come. Are you engineer? Please come. After that, we check the certificate and if at all, we find him totally. So that was the situation. And finally, the project was built. Spares, local language. Local language is a big issue there. The moment you speak Kashmiri, you get a 50% discount on everything. The moment you open your mouth, because I'm a local, so I know how it helps. Okay. Multiple site working. We had 2 sites working. And on one side, the problem was, from the risk point, we had 64 Italian nationals working just next to the LOC. 400 meters LOC, 64 Italians. And now we had to provide security. So there were these Jats from Haryana police force who had retired, and they came as personal officers for the Italians. But they came with a Magnum .6 bore pistol, madam. And the other side had AK-56 and AK-47. So it's just psychological treatment. There's no real safety. Upstream is India. Downstream go down is Pakistan. Okay. The problem here was this was under the Indus Water Treaty Council. One more risk. In that treaty, the treaty was that India cannot use the water of this river. India is India, a lot of billion people like us sitting. He said, we won't use water, we just divert water. Take out power and baki tumko de dega. No problem. In Pahadi areas, when there's a saying, when you take power out of water, the water is useless. People say that, it's not useless, but probably people thought the same way, but it didn't happen. We had promised certain 9.9 cusecs of water flow to Pakistan, which was managed here. I knew this treaty from my childhood. You know why? That's the funny part, and I think I should put up here with all respect to our parents. My father was the executive engineer who made this survey of the first project. He was executive engineer, government of J&K. He made this survey, and I had a report at home from 1980s. So when I went to go and built it in 2010. Okay, so I had that background. Foreigner on site and in the sort of treaty restrictions. So this is known. These risks are known, unknown. Is there any unknown risk now? That is the next question before lunch.
So the heterogeneous
Flooding is a common.
geology.
Flooding has happened. Geology is common problem. Everybody knows. Young Himalayas, hardly igneous rock is not there. It's almost part sedimentary, part igneous. Yes, sir. Pardon? Like? Okay. That won't happen overnight, no? From hydel, if I want to go to solar, this was 2010, I will take maybe 15 years, which I am now doing. This was 2010. It won't because civil engineering is that way quite happy and lucky, you know. We don't take technology in mobile phones or computers. We are still more conservative that way. Thanks to that. Anything else you feel which was unknown? Sir? No. Sir, river, sir. Sir, that's known. That's very known. Last I know. Ma'am, actually, that time, luckily, we had this 2015 plus 14. The government was still stable, 14, 15, 16, 17. Nothing much. No, nothing. Sir? I didn't get you, sir. Sorry. Yeah, please.
There were two projects where the team from Pakistan has visited recently. Is this the one of the projects?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
They
correct.
want us to see what they have done with the water.
Yeah, but I think you have said so many if and buts. So what is the time scale or time limit for this project? Have you fixed or it is unlimited going on?
Sir, the project is over. The project
On
is
and
over.
on.
The project is over. So it was started in 2008.
Uh-huh.
Then 2 years it went to the ICIT, the Court of Justice in Geneva, and it finished in 2016.
Okay.
And 2018 it was dedicated to the nation.
Yeah.
It's over. It's running. It's generating 350 megawatt power.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
Thank
let
you.
me give you a hint about unknown. Can you find out how this will be an unknown risk?
TBM breakthrough not there. Not achieving TBM breakthrough.
No. That's a known risk, sir. No, known risk, output risk. Now this risk, we are in the World Cup fever now, T20, what is America, we are doing the US World Cup is happening in the US. This was a risk there was a series of one-day internationals played in Pakistan, India-Pakistan versus, both countries in England. Okay. Now, how can this ODI, 6 ODIs, create a risk on my side, which is north of Kashmir? Pardon? Pardon?
Team generally opens fire on the other side.
Sir, are you an army man, sir? Ex-army man, lag raha hai aapka haircut. You're right, very right. Now I marked these 6, I was the vice president there, I marked these 6 days as non-working time on my schedule. And went to my boss to sign off the schedule, because if you don't sign off, I don't get a SAP authorization, no material comes, no PO is given. So he said, what is this? Explain me the schedule. Everything is okay, weather window is okay, holiday is okay. What is this? I said, sir, 6 one-day internationals. He said, unfortunately, he was British. Unfortunately. And he said, sir, there are 6 one-day ODIs which we are putting in non-working time. Why British? Because he told me, we taught you cricket and you were telling me you want to take a holiday in the 6 days and enjoy cricket. Nothing done. So I realized the site condition does not know about the site condition. So I went back to my Kashmir site. And I called him after 2 days, sir, can you come to the site, sir? I need your advice. So if you want to butter these guys, just say advice and they will run. And he came down to the site to give me advice. And while walking, I took him to the dam alignment. While walking on the dam alignment, he is walking with me and a white guy, fair guy. And this guy in the bunker, our neighbor, he has his LMG like this. Wherever we go, he goes like this and goes back. He said, who is this? And why is he doing this? I said, he's a friendly neighbor. He said, friendly? When did they become friendly? We make them not friendly. You want to make them friendly? So is it. But why? He got annoyed. Why you got me here? I said, sir, I want you to sign the bar chart. He said, nothing doing. I am not going to find the sign bar chart and putting my life in danger. I am an executive director. You are off. Your letter will be tomorrow given to you. You are out of the company. I said, okay, one more day, no problem. But sir, let me try. Sir, please understand what I am trying to say. He said, okay, say. Because he is in the line of fire, there is no option here. He can't run also. So I told him, sir, look here. When this match happens, if India loses, he will shoot me in happiness. If India wins, he will shoot me in anger. Either case, he is going to shoot me. So why don't we make it a non-working day? So within 3 seconds, he signed off the bar chart and that's it. And the work started. Okay. Idea here is, the moral of the story is, if you are not having the local intelligence about what happens on situations there, you can never be able to mitigate or manage your risk effectively. Okay. So how could a one-day interaction in England cause a problem in your project site in North Kashmir? This is the link. Okay. Classic example of an unknown unknown. It's there, but you don't know where it is. Okay. I think enough of effort for you before lunch. So let's gather lunch. Thank you very much for patient listening. We'll come back maybe later. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, and a big thank you to my wonderful audience.